Hello, and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. And today we're going to begin a series. We're going to look at 4 new beers from Kyoto Brewing Company in Kyoto, Japan, and we'll do them one at a time. And Kyoto Brewing was founded in 2015 by 3 foreign residents of Kyoto City, and actually they weren't all resident in Kyoto when they started. Only one was, I think. And these 3 people are an American, a Canadian, and a Welshman, and they had all lived in Japan for a number of years and in different capacities. I've known the head brewer for a number of years. He worked at a university in Kyoto and was homebrewing for several years, and we used to have the pleasure of tasting his homebrews, when he produced them, and we would have beer tasting sessions, and he would often bring some of his latest brews. And in any case, that's kind of a full disclosure. I know these 3 gentlemen, and I've had the homebrew that the head brewer made before he went professional. He studied in the U.S. and he did an internship at Lost Abbey in California, a very highly renowned brewery, and he then worked for Shiga Kogen Brewery in Nagano Prefecture, which is one of the top craft beer breweries in Japan. In 2015, the same year they started, they were voted the best new brewery by the Rate Beer Best selection. And in 2019, they were rated the best brewery in Japan by the same Rate Beer Best annual selection. They have a tap room in Kyoto. Due to coronavirus, I think their hours are somewhat limited, but it is open generally on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so you can sample their beers. They have 3 main or flagship beers that they make, and a wide variety of seasonals and one-offs as well, and a variety of different series that they make. And this beer, the beers we're going to look at are all in the series. They used to have 2 seasonal lines. Now they have just one. It's called Kimagure series, and these are they have one every spring, summer, fall, and winter. And those are generally pale ales or IPAs, session ales, that sort of thing. They are well known for making Belgian style or Belgian influenced beers, for example, Belgian IPAs and saisons and that sort of thing. On Rate Beer, when I last checked, they had 195 different beers, and on Untapped they had 153, I believe, an average of 3.77, so pretty high ratings overall. So we're going to move on now and get started with the first beer. And again, this is from Kyoto Brewing Company in Kyoto, Japan. And now, shall we look at another beer from Kyoto Brewing Company in Kyoto, Japan? And this one is a special one. It's called Kyoto Brewing Tomo. And this is a smoked beer. On Rate Beer, it's classified as a smoked other. 5.5%, 20 international bittering units. And now, Kyoto Brewing calls this a Belgian smoked amber, and we'll talk about that in a second. This is part of their Kaiho series, or Freedom series, and they have a number of different series of beers, and this one is for the beers they really want to make for them. They would like to drink, the kinds of beers that they feel really express themselves. And so generally the most unusual beers from Kyoto Brewing are in this series. On Rate Beer, there's only one rating that I saw recently. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, there were two, and at 3.8%, or 3.8 out of 5, and Untapped 11 and 3.96 out of 5 score. So 5.5%, 20 international bittering units. Kyoto Brewing said this is designed to accompany barbecue, and what they wanted to do was to develop something that would be like a tare, which is a Japanese sauce, dipping sauce for roasted meat. And as they explain on their website, in many cultures, meat is marinated or treated before cooking. In Japan, when you go to eat grilled meat, it's generally not treated. Maybe it has some sauce on it, but generally it's not. And they have dipping sauces that you can dip in, so you get some extra flavor from that, the tare sauce. And so, designed to accompany barbecue, hence the smoked element. This one has a malt bill, pretty extensive. It has Pilsner, Munich malt, Munich dark, smoked malt, crystal T50, crystal medium, and chocolate. And I don't know what the T50 stands for. I suppose I should find out what that is. The bittering hops are Hallertauer Tradition, and the flavor aroma hops are Aramis, which they've used in some other beers. It's a French hop, I believe. The yeast is Belgian ale yeast, and one additional ingredient is white sugar. And it's designed, of course, to give a little extra boost in fermentation there. Okay, so what do you think? Should we give this one a go? Do you like smoked beers? Some people do not. I remember the first time I had a Schlinkerla Märzen from Bamberg, Germany. I thought something was seriously wrong with the beer, and I didn't understand what a smoked beer was. I'm not sure if this is the first smoked beer that they've made at Kyoto Brewing. Could be, I'm not sure. All right, it is a very pretty sort of reddish amber color with a very fluffy sort of finger plus of foam. Okay, let's try the aroma. Okay, the smoke is there right away. It's not overwhelming. It kind of blends well with what you expect would be a sweet malt. So they specify that the Munich malt is 25% of the malt bill. The smoked malt is only 10%, which is a little bit low, but it is quite present for sure. So I'm getting maybe some light breadiness, sweet, what might be sweet, maybe even tobacco. It's kind of intriguing. Okay, so what do we get right away? It's not caramel, but it's a sweet, kind of lightly roasted malt. I think they balanced out the malt quite nicely here. And the smoke doesn't really appear till mid-palate, much the way that hops often appear in mid-palate through to the finish. Kind of like that. There is a mild bitterness in the end, the very end. Yeah. Very pleasant beer, really. They didn't overdo the smoke. So if you've never had a smoked beer, you might want to start with something like this. Really quite pleasant. Yeah, it's called Tomo, and I'm not sure if a common meaning for Tomo is friend, but it's in kana, not kanji, so I'm not quite sure if that's what they mean, but I assume it is. And it's nice to have a friend as the brewer at Kyoto Brewing, and I congratulate him on this very, very interesting beer. Yeah, and I can see that it would be a very nice accompaniment to barbecued food. The smoke element, very lightly complementing any kind of smoke from the barbecue that you get. Once again, this is called Kyoto Brewing Tomo. It's a smoked beer, or Belgian smoked amber, as they say, and 5.5%, 20 international bittering units. So give this one a go if you happen to see it around. It's available at Kyoto Brewing Company, and of course online from them as well. Well, that's it for today. Please do take care and subscribe to the channel, and we'll be looking at a few more Kyoto Brewing Company beers in our next videos. And I do have a playlist. I'm not sure how many I have, but perhaps around 50 or even 60 beers from Kyoto Brewing Company. They're one of my favorites, certainly in Japan. You take care, and bye-bye.